Are your ducks in a row? That is the question. Are your ducks in a row, or are they running all over the place because they all have their own agenda? We're going to talk today about getting the ducks in a row for your plan in this next season of life. What do you need to start thinking about now? What can you put in place now so that when you need it later, or when your situation changes, or when you want to do something different, you can easily, without all the drama or problems or anything that could raise its ugly head. So stay tuned. This episode of Relax, I Got This, Embracing Life After 60, are your ducks in a row? In today's world, older adults face major transitions like downsizing, relocating, or modifying their homes to age in place, all while embracing life after these changes. As a senior home advisor and seasoned realtor, Robin McCoy guides these decisions with care and thoughtful planning, helping create a vibrant future. Welcome to Relax, I Got This, Embracing Life After 60 with me, your host, Robin McCoy. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Relax, I Got This, Embracing Life After 60, where we talk about all the things that we need to talk about as we age. Some of them are fun, like traveling the world. Others are not fun, like talking about wills and probate. And this one's going to be a little bit in the middle. It's not a lot of things that we like to talk about, but things that we know we need to. Some of these aren't even about aging. They're just about adulting. And we're going to talk about getting your ducks in a row today. Getting your ducks in a row so that it makes things easier for you and your loved ones moving forward. Okay, so this is not anything to ignore. It's something that you just want to have. It's just creating your plan, right? And a plan is just that, having a plan. And this podcast on a lot of episodes have a lot of resources throughout. So you'll want to go and subscribe to this podcast so that you can learn some of these things that you need to know, and maybe tell you a little something that maybe you didn't know so that you are prepared as we age. So I have a whole list, and we're going to link it below, of about 12 things, 12 ducks, if you will, that you need to get lined up. And, you know, sometimes those individual ducks will wander off. You got to get them back in line. So we're going to talk about that. But I'm going to talk about 5 of them today. And those 5 are having a knockbox file folder, getting rid of the items in your home now that are no longer serving you, equipping your home so that you can live there as long as you choose, safely and happily, getting involved in your local senior community and activities so that you have socialization and other additional resources, and finally, some people think this is the last thing, but I think it's the first thing, and it is having a realtor that is involved in senior moves, senior location, senior needs, just the unique needs of a senior. So let's start with that one, because that's me, right? We all know. I am a realtor, been a realtor for 18 years now, and I have a special affinity to our seniors. That makes me also a senior home coach. Now, the real estate transaction is probably the last transaction or the last task to be done as we age. Maybe not the very last, but, you know, it's one of the last ones. However, the realtor can be the hub or the captain of that team for you, especially a senior home coach, especially one that is working within the senior industry, because just like on any other real estate transaction, we know all the people. We've already vetted them. We have a roster and a list of placement people, of senior move managers, of handymen, of estate sale people, of junk haulers, of landscapers, and assisted living, and Medicare, and Medicaid. Just, we have the resources so we can tell you where to go. And they're vetted. I know that any realtor out there will know a service provider, a handyman, a roofer, an inspector, a painter, a senior placement, and they will vet them. They want to make sure. I don't want my name attached to somebody that is untrustworthy. And so they fail me or my clients, they're gone. So you don't have to suffer that. So oftentimes, getting in touch with a realtor that understands the unique needs of the senior industry and the senior population is vital, because we have those solutions of I want to age in place. Example, I was speaking with a woman who is, I think she's in her early 70s, and she is in her home. Her husband's been passed away about 10 years ago. She has a part-time remote job that she enjoys and loves, and it's just extra income for her, right? On top of the other sources that she has. It keeps her mind sharp. All those things. And we were talking about how to maximize her money, her Social Security, the other incomes that were coming into her. And she kept everything in her checking account. Not at the bank, the savings account. And I encouraged her, first of all, to take that money and put it in a high yield savings account. She still has access to it, but it's going to earn her 3 to 4% instead of 0.02%. So that was a simple, but she didn't even know they existed, is what I'm saying. She didn't know that a high yield savings account existed. So taking that income from her remote part-time job and just putting it there, it's going to earn more money for her. It's going to let her money work stronger for her. Also introduced her to one of my reverse mortgage specialists, because she's still in her house. But there needs to be some stuff done to it, right? To make sure that it's safe for her going forward as she ages. So having that discussion on about a reverse mortgage with an expert that is trustworthy, that so that maybe that's a good thing for her. Maybe it's not. But again, it's education and knowledge. So realtors have these special relationships, is what I'm saying. So find yourself a realtor that is also a senior home coach. If you are not in the DFW area, I have realtors and senior home coaches, and I have relationships across the country for you. So we can help you with that. Okay, number 2, let's back up. Involved with the Senior Center for Resources, Activities, and Socialization. Again, the woman that I was speaking with, we were at the Senior Community Center here in our town. So getting education about things that you may not have known that will help you, or just the activities of getting out of the house. Socialization it has been determined that, or isolation, I should say, lack of socialization. Isolation is becoming one of the number one detriments and causing ill health in our senior population. Because it's loneliness, it's depression, it's not talking to other people, which then affects your brain. And by not having conversations and having relationships with people, that can, cause certain elements of various dementias. I am not a medical professional. I am not. However, if you've listened to this podcast, I've got professionals and doctors and those folks on this show that are telling us that. And it only kind of makes sense, right? If you aren't having quality conversations, so you're not using your brain, you're watching TV, and so you're not using those brain synapses to keep firing, it makes sense, right? That your brain will deteriorate. I did a show with on Bridge, right? So we'll link it here. On Bridge, it was determined because of the way Bridge works, the game Bridge, not necessarily card games. The card game Bridge was shown to reduce onset of various dementias by as much as 75% because of the way the game is played. And so it keeps your brain stimulated. And so those are activities that help your brain health, right? And they've even, this group has even done setting up tournaments and things like that for people that are homebound to play bridge online and teaching people how to play bridge. So I think that is pretty cool. Resources, right? You go to your senior community center, they are going to have those resources maybe for people that understand Medicare, because that was not written to be understood. We all know that. Resources for maybe if you need home health care or you need in-home, you need somebody to come and clean. I am a participant in my communities. It's called the Village Collective, which is a volunteer-run organization to help serve the seniors in the community. So whether it's a ride to a doctor's appointment or maybe doing some light maintenance or cleaning on the home. So being involved in that local senior community can help you extend your life overall and your ability to stay in your home. We Are One Heart is a 501c3 nonprofit organization dedicated to bridging the gap between the needs and resources of low-income seniors and veterans. Rooted in compassion and love, our mission is to provide housing, living assistance, and access to critical resources that ensure dignity and support for the elderly in underserved communities. At the heart of We Are One Heart's work is the belief that every individual shares a common humanity, a heart connected through love and care. We are committed to creating a future that honors those who have shaped the past by offering programs and services that enhance their quality of life. For more information or to donate, visit wa1h.org. That's wa1h.org. Now let's talk about staying in your home. Is your home equipped and designed for you to age in place? There is one thing that nobody's getting out of here. Nobody's getting out alive. And it's just a matter of how we age and what our quality of life is from today to whatever day that is. And unfortunately, we don't have that day. So we don't have it written down, right? So is your home equipped? So take a look at your home. Are you in a 2-story home where all the bedrooms and bathrooms are upstairs? All the showers, bedrooms are upstairs? And I don't mean 2 steps. I mean like 8 and 8 or 5 and 5 or one long one, right? Is my home equipped? The shower. Is it a tub or is it a walk-in? Is there a bench or is there room for a bench should I need to be able to sit down and take a shower? Rugs, throw rugs. Those are easy to pull up, but they are huge tripping hazards. Thresholds from room to room. Is there can't think of the name of it, but the transfer in from this room to that room, is it smooth where a wheelchair can get over it? Or if you're going to need a cane or a walker as you age, if you're going to need mobility, is it going to, even if you don't, those are tripping hazards. So you may want to look at that, have those removed, and make sure that that is a smooth transition from the bathroom to the bedroom, from the living room to the kitchen, all of those sorts of things. Grab bars near the toilet, near the shower, in the shower, those things so that you have something to hang on to as you age. Now, you may be telling me, but Robin, I am in great health. I am mobile. I walk a mile a day. I walk 5 miles a day. I go running, all those things. I am in great health. Yay. I am so happy. Unfortunately, that isn't the only determining factor of how we age in place. We all trip. I trip, right? We all trip and fall. I don't care if you're 18, 38, or 88. But if you're 88, the results of that fall can be much more traumatic. Unfortunately, I see strokes on the rise. A friend of mine, I think it was 3 years ago, Christmas, her husband's in his 50s, had a series of 4 strokes in his 50s. So it's unexpected. Things can happen. So let's make sure that everything within our power in our home is set up so that should something happen to us, we can stay in our home as long and as happy as possible. So grab bars, smooth thresholds, wider doorways, walk-in showers, things on the first floor. And if you find that this house, as you look at it, is not going to be where you're going to be able to age in place for long, then maybe now, while you are healthy and can make those choices, maybe you make those decisions now. Let's get to a smaller condo. Let's just buy a one-story house. Let's do something different so that I can stay where I am for as long as I choose. Okay, so let's talk about some of that. Well, I would love to move into a smaller one-story house, but my house is full of 40 years worth of stuff, and I don't know what to do with it. Okay, well, let's start working on that. Let's start working on that right now. As you're looking at your house, what are the things that are in there that are just not serving you, right? Are you ever going to read those books again? Do you have a closet full of clothes that don't fit? Or they may fit, but you are never going to wear them again. You're retired. You don't wear suits anymore. Why do you still have 10 suits in your closet, right? Let's donate those to an organization that helps people that need those clothes for job interviews and those sorts of things. So let's bless those to someone else. Dishes. Do you find that you're only using 3 pots and pans because you're just not cooking for the family of 6 anymore? So you have your iron skillet, you have your favorite saucepan, and you have your favorite baking dish. Do you need the whole other set? Maybe you do. I don't know. But if you don't, what if we got those out of there so that it's a little less stressful as you open up the cabinet to make your meal preparation? And maybe somebody else can use those items. So taking a look at the things now and starting to eliminate them before you have to just makes it a whole lot easier when you are ready to say, okay, it's July. I have spent the last 6 months getting rid of all this big furniture. I never go in that room. Let's get rid of the furniture in there because I want to live somewhere smaller, and that ain't going with me. Kids, come get all your stuff out of your old bedroom. Otherwise, I'm going to do it. And you've got till March 15th to come get it. Who wants the china? If nobody wants the china, it's fine. Don't get your feelings hurt. But if you're not using it, and I don't mean just because you haven't eaten off that plate in a year. If it is on display and you enjoy looking at it because it was your grandmother's china or it was the china you got when you were married, keep it. Keep it. You don't have to get rid of everything, but you can't keep everything either, right? Because you're going into someplace smaller and it's not going to fit in the new smaller container. So start looking at that now while you still can. I had somebody in one of my talks at my community center that she said, if I think I don't want something anymore, I put it in the back of the car and I leave it there for a month. And at the end of the month, if I haven't gone and said, oh, I need that, then it goes to Goodwill or wherever and it gets donated. So she gives herself a buffer. It's out of the house. It's out of the way. It's in the trunk. And on the first of every month, she goes and donates whatever's in her trunk. That way, it gives her that peace of mind. And finally, we're going to organize our important documents. This is what I call a knockbox, the next of kin. This is in a place that's easily accessible. It is in a place where you could tell somebody, go into the closet in my master bedroom. It is on the left and it's black and you just need to grab it. That's what a knockbox is, a next of kin. And now, what's in this? Your will, your medical directives, your financial directives, your trust documents, your list of medications, your list of doctors, your insurance policies, your banking information, passwords to your computer. All of these things that somebody may need to have in an emergency if you are unable to communicate. Again, this could happen to anybody. You're in a car accident. You are stranded in a foreign country because of an illness and you can't get back, and somebody needs on this side of the pond needs to help you with making some connections or getting prescriptions to you or anything like that. You could die unexpectedly. Having the knockbox makes it easier for everyone. You, your family, your friends, anyone that is going to be there to help you should you need that help. So those are just 5 ducks. We've got another 7 ducks. If you want the whole list, we're going to link that down below in the show notes. But we want to get these to you so that you know what you need to be thinking about, right? It doesn't mean you need to do all 12 right now, but check off the list. Take a look at that list, the ducks, every year, maybe. The beginning at this time every year. Say, looking at your knockbox, are my doctors the same? Are my medications the same? Do I need to change or update my will? Have I added or taken away any bank accounts? Have I sold any properties that I may have had? Maybe you had some land or a farm or a ranch or a rental house or a business or a commercial building or something like that that you sold this year. We need to update those records so that all the information in your knockbox is correct. Maybe you spend 6 months looking at your house and getting rid of the things that are no longer serving you, knowing that in a couple of years, 5 years, you're going to want to live someplace smaller, someplace closer to your grandkids, something with less maintenance. So if there's a room full of furniture or other things that are just piled in there, how about if you go ahead and get rid of that stuff? It's okay. 2 things. It's okay if a room is empty, and it's okay to use a room for something it might not have been designed for. It's okay to have a dining room without a dining room table in it. Maybe you make it a small sitting room. Maybe you buy smaller furniture for the next place and you put it in there. It's fine. It's your house. You can do what you want. If you've got things, I talked to an educator. He's been retired from teaching for 30 years, and he still has his things, his teaching from his classroom in his house. And after I talked to him, he said, Robin, I'm going to go and remove that from my house. You can donate that to daycare centers. You can donate that to schools, all of those things. They would love to have your teaching things. I don't know what you call them, the things in your classroom. Find yourself a good, trustworthy Realtor Senior Home Coach that understands this chapter of life, this season of life. Not someone that is just like, all right, well, when you clear that out, call me and we'll sell the house. That's not who you want. That's not who you want. You want somebody that says, okay, what's your timeline? What's your plan? Let me help you with your plan. And helps keep you between the ditches on that plan. So there's your ducks. There's 5 ducks for you. I hope that this was helpful. Got some thoughts going in there for you. Get some conversations going with yourself, with your spouse, with your adult children, whoever that may be in your life, that as you move into this next season of life and you're making choices and you're setting goals and making plans based on what you want, that everybody understands. And you've got that plan in place. Doesn't mean your plan can't change. In fact, it probably will. But at least this gets you going in the right direction. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Relax, I Got This, Embracing Life After 60. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because I'll tell you what, there's all kinds of stuff in there. We've got a good year under our belts of experts and people that can help you. So make sure you share and subscribe so that you never miss an episode. And we'll see you next time on Relax, I Got This. Thank you for joining me on Relax, I Got This, Embracing Life After 60. I know that time is our greatest asset, and I appreciate the time that you spend with me. If you're finding the information on this podcast useful, please subscribe to the channel on your favorite platform so that you never miss another episode. Don't forget to go to our website where you will find additional resources, downloads, and coaching programs. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Relax, I Got This, Embracing Life After 60.